What's up, YouTube? Jeff back again here from High on Android, dopetechdaily.com, and today we got another vlog, of course, coming to you from the car here, the garage. People asked last time, why am I making so many vlogs from the car? Well, obviously you guys know, I buy all these gadgets. I'm working all the time, driving between, home. I have a job that I run at home, in addition to doing Android stuff. I'm also a professor here at the university, so super busy. I don't have time to be making vlogs, just a lot of spare time. So when I'm driving, it's the easiest time to make them. That being said, let's get into the stuff we're gonna get into today. So I got a few things to say to Google. Obviously you guys are gonna notice I'm sweating again, suffering without the AC. It's only like a 10-minute drive to my house, but I got a few things to say to Google. I'm a little mad at them. One thing about my watch here, Android Auto and Android Wear, we'll talk about that in a second. It's a little annoying. And then the other thing I want to talk about is we got all this Nexus stuff coming up, and then also a little bit about the iPhone 6S, 6S Plus launch. So first of all, I got a few things to say to Google. They're pissing me off a little bit with Android Wear. I have Android Wear and I also have an Android Auto head unit in my car. So every morning when I wake up, I put on my watch, I walk out of the house. I got 100% on my Android Wear watch when I walk out of the house. Perfect, that's great. The only issue with that is, as soon as I leave the house and get into my car, my Android Wear watch goes from 100 to about 89–90% on my drive to work in the morning, which is about a 20–25 minute drive. That's absolutely ridiculous to lose 10% of your battery life when you're driving in the car, and it happens every day. So I have no choice but to lose 10%. I lose it on the way home and any other time I get in the car. So Android Auto drains your battery on your Android Wear watch because of the turn-by-turn directions, which is a huge problem. I mean, we can't have this with two products that Google are trying to integrate as the future of technology. You gotta be able to get to your Android Wear watch going. I'm not waiting all day myself, my dude. Android Wear watch, got a lot of traffic out here. So you don't wanna have your Android Wear watch battery life draining like that. So that's starting to piss me off. So if anyone from Google's watching this, obviously not, but it's really annoying to have two of your most prominent services working together in such a poor way. I mean, I'm losing battery life like crazy. So my overall bottom line on the Android Wear devices, the Huawei watch and also the Moto 360, both of those have great battery life, but I'm not taking advantage of it because I have Android Auto. So fix that. Fix that right away, Google. I really appreciate that. Next, we've got the iPhone launch. Just finished unboxing those. I've been using it. To be honest with you, I'm not super impressed with the iPhones in terms of new features. I mean, 3D Touch is cool, but there aren't enough apps to take advantage of it yet that I actually use. So that's pretty annoying overall. The phone is a lot faster, which is great. And also Touch ID is a lot faster and more accurate. So I appreciate that, but there isn't one new killer feature. I've tried out the camera. The camera is mainly just okay. It's not the greatest camera I've ever seen on a smartphone. The 4K seems fine, but really looks more like upscaled 1080p to me, to be honest. So overall, I don't know if I had an iPhone 6 or 6 Plus, I don't know if I would actually upgrade to the 6S or 6S Plus unless you absolutely really want 3D Touch and all these other small features. But it's not the greatest thing in the world to me so far. The battery life is better, but I think that's probably just as much because it's a new phone than the fact that it's really that improved over the 6 Plus. So in terms of the iPhones, I mean, I use them of course, but so far I don't think they're necessarily the greatest phones of the year. I'm still really impressed with the Moto X Pure and the Note 5 for the most part. So that's about it for Apple. I'll have more to say in my full review, but after using it over the weekend, it's definitely not the crazy jump that we had going from the 5S to the 6, but we're used to that. Obviously it's an S release, so it is what it is. The next thing, we've got the Nexus coming out tomorrow. Two Nexus devices, actually. We've got the 5X and the 6P. It looks like, according to a bunch of Android police leaks today, we know everything about these devices, including their price. They're going to cost $379 and $499. That'll be unlocked, obviously. It's going to work with every carrier, including Verizon, which is awesome. Unfortunately, it looks like no micro SD support. That's kind of a bummer. It also looks like no optical image stabilization, another bummer, and also perhaps the biggest surprise, no wireless charging. Now, why Google would not put wireless charging on these phones, I have absolutely no idea, especially considering the fact that wireless charging sort of been a staple of the Nexus line. But we are going to get USB-C and fast charge, so I guess that's good. But I really have a lot of wireless chargers around my house. I was hoping these phones would have wireless charging, but I guess that's just not going to happen at this point. So, I mean, USB-C, that's pretty cool. The huge battery on the Nexus 6P, 3450 milliamp hours. I think that looks pretty sweet. Both of them look like they're going to have these really big camera sensors. You know, you guys have seen the leaks, the pictures. If you haven't, check out news.highandandroid.com. Links down in the description. Looks like they got these big camera humps, but that also means hopefully an improved sensor. But that also might be the reason why they didn't include optical image stabilization. They've got this large housing for the sensor, and also probably because Google really wanted to keep the price down. As you can see, the rumored price is $379 for the 5X, $499 for the 6P. Optical image stabilization can cut into the cost a little bit, so obviously that's another possibility. Anyway, I mean, the Moto X Pure has a great camera and it doesn't have OIS, so it is possible to achieve a good camera, at least in daylight, without having optical image stabilization. So we'll have to get our actual hands on it, play with it. Pre-orders are supposed to start tomorrow. I'm planning on pre-ordering one of each, of course. You guys know how I like to do it. And I don't know if I'm going to keep the 5X, so we'll see what happens. I don't know if we're going to keep the 5X because I've really gotten used to using 5.5 inch and above phones. I don't know if I can use a smaller phone. That one's supposed to be 5.2. But I definitely want to try it out and sort of test out the camera, see if it's a good budget device, see if it competes with the Moto X Pure, but with 2 GB of RAM and I don't know, some of the other specs I saw, I'm just not sure. I guess we'll find out when we get them. So pre-orders tomorrow. They're supposed to ship on October 5th, according to some rumors from Android Police and Droid Life, so we'll find out. Looking forward to that tomorrow. Also, new Chromecast tomorrow, and Google is supposed to have a new Play Music All Access option for families, $14.99 for 6 accounts, music sharing for all access. That's pretty cool. I definitely might get that. I mentioned in my article, I wrote an article about that earlier on High on Android. I mentioned in my article I might get that just so I can use more than 5 devices, because I got more than 5 phones and it's annoying having to remember which ones I authorized and which ones I didn't. So I might get that just for myself and also share it with my fiance and stuff. I don't have 30 devices. I'm not Max. Max got like 70 devices chilling over at his house. But anyway, so that's the Nexus event. The last thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is we are coming up rapidly on 5K subscribers, which is awesome. I want to thank everybody who's watched this channel. You guys are the only ones that let me, make me want to keep doing this. I mean, I've been buying and using multiple Android devices, for the last 3 or 4 years, pretty much ever since I got into Android, and using multiple phones, buying a bunch of tech. But I really wanted to get started doing this mainly because of Max and Flossie Carter. And I saw how much people appreciate real reviews from people who actually, buy these products with their own money. So that's the main reason I started doing it. And the fact that so many people have watched and responded, has made me want to continue doing it. So I want to thank you guys for checking out the channel. And so as a result of that, of course, when we get to 5K subs, which should be pretty soon, the next few days, we're going to put together a huge giveaway. I'm planning to team up with Shane Starnes, Droid Modder X, Max Lee, all 3 of us over at High on Android. We're going to put together a giant giveaway. I'm going to give away a lot of stuff. We're at least going to give away 1 phone. I don't know which phone yet. We're definitely going to give away cases for every phone that I have. I got a bunch of extra cases I haven't had time to review. Some Bluetooth speakers. What else? Headphones. I've got some headphones to give away. Pretty much anything you can think of. Wireless chargers, power banks. I got a lot of stuff. We're going to blow it out for the 5K giveaway. So I hope you guys will stay tuned and enter the giveaway. That should be coming up in the next week or 2. I also got my reviews of the OnePlus 2, the Note 5 and Edge Plus. I'm going to do those together. And then these watches, the Huawei watch and the Moto 360. And of course a bunch of other case giveaways and things like that. So definitely keep your eyes peeled for those coming in the next few weeks. Alright guys, well I'm almost home, so I'm going to check out of this vlog. Hope you guys enjoyed my thoughts on the Nexus event. My semi-rant on Android Auto and Android Wear working together. I hope Google heard that. And I'll get back with you guys in the next video. Thanks for checking it out. Peace.